Welcome to the food games. I told you this would go. I knew that this would go off the rail as soon as I realized that the poop games continue tonight here in Philly. And if you don't know what the poop games are, let me show you without playing any more fart sounds. A couple of years ago, the Philadelphia Phillies had a different looking scorebook. It doesn't say Pit 8 Fee 5 right now. It says, and I'm going to show my screen here so you know, I mean, you already know this, but you know. See, poop.
That's it.
The Philly, well, actually, it'd be the Pirates P in front, but I don't have anything like, I couldn't find that, but. Brandon Marsh hit another one. Damn, it's 2 for him tonight. It's now 8-6. But this is why we call it the poop games. And even a guy in Pittsburgh who I follow on Twitch, I wished him a happy poop game today. Because you take the Phillies P, you take the Pirates P,
Yep.
and you put a pair of zeros in between them.
There you go.
You got poop.
There you do.
So. But they changed the scorebook a couple of years ago. Now you can still get poop, but you need a game that goes to like the second or third inning where there's no home runs.
Right.
Because they will have the vertical poop, the 1P, the double zeros, and the other P.
Right.
But you know, it's not as funny as
It's not.
as this because you get a nothing game for like 3 hours. You get 3 hours of poop, man.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, so it's 8-6 right now. Phillies were up 5-0, and then Aaron Nola showed up. And then Phillies are going to pretend like they're in D.C. right now.
Yeah.
Because they became the first team in Major League history. I think this was Sarah Lang's.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, because she has a connection with one of the stories that we'll talk about tonight.
Okay.
She said that the Phillies are the first team in Major League history to hit a go-ahead home run in the 9th inning of a game for 3 consecutive games.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It is.
Mm-hmm. And it was the next 3 days after somebody on the Nationals last Monday, and I saw it Tuesday morning, and of course, because it's like 5:30, 5:45, the first time I wake up,
Right.
I'll go to bed around 2, and then I'll wake up, and I'll go, hey, Google, what time is it? It's 9:07 p.m. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. It's a little low, but surprised I didn't get slapped back. Like, well, turn the damn thing up. But a lot of times, and I have one in the bedroom as well, and I will say when I'm not ready to get up in the morning, hey, Google, what time is it? And it'll say, it is 6:05 a.m. I'm like, all right. Back to sleep I go. But one morning last week I couldn't go back to sleep. I'm like, oh. But I might have to get up early the next 2 days though. I got something from Amazon coming tomorrow morning, and I'm not sure if I want to do it, but may have to do it for the Q&A racing content because we are on the cusp of the heat dome, or whatever we want to call it. Parks has already canceled racing on Thursday. That 5 o'clock card where they're going to have zebra racing, ostrich racing, ugly bitch racing. Just trying to see if you're paying attention. You weren't. So, and I think that I think that this part of the country is where they were having these promotions because Delaware Park still has it on Saturday the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
But they bumped their start time, their first post to 10 a.m.
Okay. before it gets too hot.
Yeah. So they bumped that up to 10 o'clock. I don't know what Penn National is doing because they were supposed to go to Parks on Thursday, Penn National Friday, Delaware Saturday.
Gotcha.
But Parks already canceled Thursday. Wednesday, they're starting at 10:40 a.m. So whoever's taking over for Jessica Paquette this week, I think it's Gabe Pruitt. Yeah, you got to get up extra early that day if she ain't here on Wednesday.
She on vacation?
She is doing some. I saw it on Instagram. I forget what it was, but
Okay.
but if that's Gabe Pruitt,
Yeah.
but no, my luck, I played him, and if he was on the show, I'd be like, I get up at 5:30 every morning, mother effer. But yeah, so the weather is affecting all of us, even Mike. It's affecting me too, because I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. But remember last Thursday I said there was not going to be a show this Thursday?
I remember that.
Well, get your beans, get your chili, get your hot dogs, and get your lighters and matches because we're going to have an indoor fireworks party because we're back on for Thursday night.
Oh, okay.
When it'll be an insanely hot 102, 103 degrees on Thursday with a heat index of about 115. So if you want to know why there's not any races on Thursday, yeah, I forget what the number was that they said. Once it gets to a certain point, you can't run. It's like 103, 105. Heat index it is.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Louisiana's saying pussies. But yeah, so that's everything that's going on there. So we'll talk a little bit Phillies here because Kyle Schwarber got his 30th home run last night.
Yep.
Or yesterday afternoon, I should say. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not those people, like especially in hockey, where you have a 1 o'clock game and they say, tonight's game is brought to you by, or, they say tonight, even though it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I look outside. Hey, Jim Jackson, it's sunny out, okay?
Right.
I get it. It's force of habit because 90% of the games are at night anyway. But yeah, so we're looking at different things here. And, we'll talk about that. And I have an interesting question to ask you. I mean, I told you before the show, but
Okay.
Be interesting because there could be a game end of this year, beginning of next year, where both Schwarber and Harper could hit their 400th home runs.
Whoa.
We'll get into that. I mean, that wasn't in the notes. It was just like, oh yeah, by the way, you started talking earlier. I'm like, I can use that. That's why I usually put on there whatever comes up. Well, Mike gave me some Viagra and something suddenly came up. Boing. And other things here that we plan on talking about, but we can. This is. I'm not too big on scripts or stuff like that, but former running back today was diagnosed with ALS, and it kind of makes sense that they were promoting this on ABC last night.
They sure were.
Because it's like before we, hopefully I don't get hit with anything, like a thunderbolt or something, because I know a lot of people that were watching ABC last night when that came up were saying,
who the fuck is that guy?
I mean, I almost forgot who he was. Well, that's only because I didn't know who it was that they Michael Strahan was interviewing George Buckteeth, but um, there's no there's there's going to be no mention of O.J. Simpson at the new Bill Stadium.
Okay.
And don't I mean, you know how we joke around, and I even said about Scotty Scheffler. Don't you know who I am?
Yes, you know what's got to show.
Now, granted, the Yankees and the Red Sox, the way that this came about, it was like the Yankees and the Red Sox, they could have said, or the ownership groups, even though Boston has been playing like shit all year, they could have just said, don't you know who we are? We're the Yankees and the Red Sox. Yeah, the Red Sox are shit this year, but we're the #1 rivalry in baseball.
That's true.
Well, #2 behind the Mets in winning.
Oh, yeah.
Even though the Mets did win a game against the Phillies this weekend, but
Just one.
shit happens. But that and whatever comes up, so feel free to chime in there and, let me know what's on your mind and we'll get to it. So, actually, let me set this up a little differently here. Where to go? There it is. So you mentioned how Kyle Schwarber was the fastest to 30 home runs. Mm-hmm. Well, I also saw this today, and I think I saw it on the Philadelphia Inquirer website. So that's where the genesis of this comes from. And since it came last minute and you came up with something, go at it. That's why if you're seeing the notes on my YouTube, we're not on the Bleacher Brothers YouTube. Bleacher Brothers, the Q&A Sports Zone, because AJ wants to fix things up there and stuff like that. So I'm going to fix mine too up, but a little different with that. But so I have a very interesting question here.
Okay.
With Harper's home run, which was a laser, he now has 383 home runs in his career. Kyle Schwarber with his home run yesterday is at 370. Here's the question. Who gets to 400 first?
Schwarber.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Because he bunches his up a lot more.
He does.
And there's a base hit going to make it 8-7. And by the way, I also saw on the Inquirer website today.
Mm-hmm.
Bryson Stott's old song is back.
Really?
Mm-hmm. A-OK.
Oh, you know what? I heard that.
Yeah.
Coming in, I heard it. Yeah. He brought it back.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Harper gets there first, but I think if it gets done this year,
mm-hmm.
if it's done this year, it's Schwarber. If it hangs over to next year, I think it's Harper.
I can see that.
But I think Harper, well, so I think this may have been on the Inquirer site as well. They said Harper is elite again. What about Dombrowski? But we're not going to talk about that. But, how do you define elite? You know what I mean? I mean, I said that last year. I said it was just motivational to speak. It wasn't any put down, but
right.
But I'm looking at this, and that's very interesting. You got two guys who can get there possibly end of this year.
Yeah, but you made a good point. Schwarber hits his in bunches.
Mm-hmm.
Harper might hit one today, then another tomorrow. Then he'll have 3 straight. Schwarber can have 2 today, 2 tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why I say Schwarber will be there quicker.
Well, he's one of the top guys with 3 or more home runs in a game in his career,
Yes.
I think. So, and he's not far off.
No, he's not.
Yeah. I mean, Schwarber's got 4 more years after this, and he's only 30, and he rarely plays the field. I mean, it just seems like he's older than he is because of the fact that he got into the league so young with the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, he was. It's like, oh yeah, he was with the Cubs at age 20 or 21 or whatever it was.
Hitting short balls there.
Yeah. Yeah, he hit a ball that landed on that scoreboard, the video scoreboard in right field. Pittsburgh not using a challenger? That was a strike. Yeah, that was. Oh, he did call it, but they didn't give it to him.
Oh well.
He got blocked. He got blocked by the catcher because the umpire didn't see it.
That's a break for us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's even.
Yeah, I mean that's the exact point I was making before the show started because we were saying, what do you think about the ABS?
Yeah.
I think that we found out there is a strategy involved with it.
Oh, it is.
Strike 2. Well, Angel Hernandez would have.
Right. Yeah, he would have called that strike too.
We're also watching the Phillies game, if you don't know. And also, Netherlands and Morocco are no score. And that game just started. Well, 20 minutes of the game. But you got, that's interesting, 383 versus 370 and knowing how these guys hit. Harper could get on the hot streak too. Yeah. But I think it's more Schwarber because Harper does more things. I mean, it just seems like Schwarber's more home run or broke.
Yes.
Whereas Harper will get singles and doubles and occasionally get banged up and stuff like that.
Plus, Schwarber gets hot in June. He's been hot this month.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been doing that, consistently for the last few years.
Yeah.
When the weather turns hot, that's what Schwarber did.
Yeah. Like case in point here. That's why you challenge, because it's a pitch that's worth challenging. It's just that it's a strike.
Okay. We're going to the ninth again. You know what they do in the ninth inning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, and I shared this and you probably saw it. This is from Jeff Kerr on X, and I shared it onto my Facebook. The Phillies are the first team in MLB history to be 10 games under 500 in April and be 10 games over 500 at any point prior to the end of June.
I saw that. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I look at everything. It's like, really? But I think that you got a crazy couple of months coming up.
Yes, we do.
And, I'd like to see I'd like to see one of them get the 400.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. Because Harper has what now? Harper is up to 20 home runs. So
Okay.
35-40 is not out of the question.
No, it's not.
Trey Turner's up to 8. He hit a ball that hasn't landed yet. I mean, that was second deck left field. And Brandon Marsh hit 2 of them tonight. So, and they're still losing 8-6. Thank you, Aaron Nola.
Yeah.
We just need one more win, and we are the poop game champions of 2027 or 2026.
One more.
One more. But, and you know what people say when we pronounce ourselves poop game champions?
Oh, good for you.
But yeah, so baseball is fun again here in Philadelphia, even though I didn't look tonight, I didn't realize Aaron Nola was pitching. If you're on a sports book and you see that Aaron Nola is pitching, and it's one of those books that has a promotion where you get an early win, you could have did that tonight. Especially because FanDuel has it where if your team is up by 2 or more runs, it's an automatic payout. Well, Pittsburgh went from down 5-0 to up 8-5.
Yes, he did.
I think at 365, I think is 3 or 4 runs. It depends on the book, and some people don't offer it. But if you want a free win, look for Aaron Nola and fade the shit out of him. But this guy Sugar's been getting a ton of work over the last week as well. But
Sugar, yeah.
yeah. But and we'll see what happens here and it's also the last home games before the All-Star game. And just to let you know, we do not have a Friday game again this week.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on Friday?
Well, the Phillies are playing in Kansas City this weekend.
Right.
But they can't play on Friday because the World Cup has a match at Arrowhead.
Oh!
Because the 2 stadiums are almost the same setup as we have here.
Right.
So as a result, the Phillies are playing Kansas City Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay. Okay.
And then right after the All-Star break, there's no Friday game on the 17th. Because there's some concert at the Link. Now, I can understand World Cup. That's once every lifetime, even though it's 2 lifetimes for us. And
Right.
from what I'm seeing, it may be 3 lifetimes because, we're already corrupt enough to go to the corrupt FIFA and say, hey, give us 2038. But like the Phillies-Mets game a couple of weeks ago that was here, it was Thursday, Saturday, Sunday because of the World Cup.
Yeah.
And what would have been funny is if they had to rain out the Thursday game.
Ooh.
Can we do it on Friday? Nope. Do we gotta do it on Saturday? Well, we could do it on Sunday. Oh, fuck no. We'll do it in September or next month. Well, what about the 17th? Can't do it then either.
Wait, the boss gonna be here?
No, I think it's a comedy act or some shit.
Okay.
I don't know what it is exactly, but I think it's either McGuire or Bonds.
I think it's right. Oh, Sammy!
Yeah.
Forgot about Sammy.
I wonder if he's still white.
Who knows?
Well, you saw that. I mean, you saw how he bleached his skin
No.
after his baseball career was over.
Did he?
Yeah.
Sammy.
I don't know if that's still the case or not, but yeah. Because it wasn't a skin disorder. It was just. I mean, yeah. At least it looked like it was bleached. But if he does have a skin condition, oops. But yeah. But onto a bit more serious news. And we were talking about this before the show. Well, we might have even mentioned it here. Chris Johnson, the former NFL running back, I saw it on ABC last night, and it's not that I don't watch ABC, so they might have been previewing this since Friday, for all I know. But I didn't know if they were, and first of all, I didn't even see who they were interviewing, who Michael Strahan was interviewing at first.
Right.
But here I found out it was Chris Johnson, and he announced today on Good Morning America, I think this is a pre-taped interview, he has ALS. He's only 40 years old.
Wow.
Now, remember I mentioned Sarah Langs?
Yeah.
She has ALS too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she's younger than him, I think. But so he revealed today in an interview with Good Morning America that he has ALS. He was diagnosed with the disease last year.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So the reason why we're wowing because we have the game on here, and this is how razor tight some of these calls are. And I don't fault an umpire for missing a call that's this close.
No.
I mean, that was 0.01 inches that he missed by. I mean, that wasn't 0.1. That was less than 0.1. That was less than 0.01. That's how close that was. But we're on a sad story here, and kind of like Casey Kasem with the dead dog dedication. You get me out of this. Get me out of a good jumpy tune. You get me having to do a dead dog dedication or something like that. I gotta find that. But now Johnson said there was no history of ALS in his family. So as soon as I read that, bingo, football.
Yeah.
Now, he was diagnosed a year ago. He's using a speech-generating device based on recordings of his voice to speak.
Wow.
So he might have had this for a few years before he was even diagnosed.
Wow.
So, wait. Little sorbet? Yes.
Thank you, Toronto.
Every time the Mets lose, an angel gets his wings. So the doctors believe his case is what's called sporadic ALS, which is actually how the vast majority of ALS cases happen, whatever that means. That's one of the reasons why the disease can be so shocking. It can happen to someone who never expected it. But there is an interesting post here, interesting study here, because according to Boston University CTE Center, they did some research on this, and pro football players are 4 times more likely to develop and die from ALS than the general adult male population. That's because the Pittsburgh Pirates hit a home run, not because of Chris Johnson. So gotta got to clarify that because, somebody's watching. They're saying, what the hell is he doing? But so they, at the time, 5 years ago, the center said it couldn't determine why the rate was higher for those athletes, but suggested that repetitive head impacts and traumatic brain injuries may play a role. So just think, my mom didn't let me play football, not because of head injuries, because, back in the 70s and 80s, we didn't know much about brain injuries.
Nope.
I mean, he's, hey, he sounds retarded. Yeah, it's because he always does. No, he really. Give me a bed.
Right.
I know I shouldn't make fun of that,
Yeah.
but Johnson said, I hope NFL steps up, invests in research, and continues working to protect players, but now and for generations to come. Together we can push toward better treatments and one day a cure. But, even if you think about it, they even had, they even played on like concrete when I was growing up, in the 80s, Veterans Stadium, Bush Stadium, Riverfront, Three Rivers, some turfs worse than others, but they're still all bad. But so Johnson told Strahan he first started noticing symptoms when he had a weaker grip. Now he can't even hold a cup or speak on his own. And, the thing is, most of the time when most players, when they disappear from the NFL, they just disappear. We never hear from them again.
That's true.
You get Jason Kelsey, who's gotten into a media career with his podcast and also with ESPN and everything.
Jason is around, yeah.
Yeah, but so the reason why I say he was going public with the diagnosis was to raise awareness, but also let people know he's the same person from his NFL career. Because people sometimes look at the physical disability and assume you're not the same person inside. I still think the same. I still dream. I still love my family. My body just does not cooperate. But, yeah, that's very sad. And, that came up this morning, and I saw when I first put on Twitch this morning, because I have my little routine every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody mentioned that in chat. I was like, oh, that's why they had him on. But but that is definitely something that really, really is tough. And hoping for the best. You really don't know what to say, because
You really don't.
Especially the way that I am. It's like, am I saying the right thing here or not? It's like, one person says, "Oh, that was good what you said," and another person says, "Oh, that was rude what you said." But at least it's out there, and maybe, with the way football is nowadays, growing up, they make you play flag football for a couple years before they get you into tackle football, which is good.
Yeah.
So, but he did have a tough. Did have a tough diagnosis there. So, but by the way, Phillies are only down 4 runs.
That's it.
Phillies did more with Washington the other night. But And we're going to swap this out for the soccer match in a little bit as well, just because it's the World Cup.
Yeah.
You know, do we really care about soccer? Not really.
Nope.
But, you know, been crazy, you know. I saw yesterday Canada scored in extra time in the second half to get their 1-0 win.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to show it to you. Fuck it. I was all prepared for the upset. Oh, did I delete it? Hold on. The design. Oh, I deleted it. Damn it. All right, I saved it. I just gotta find it. I think. Oh. No, I deleted it. God damn it.
You didn't mean to.
I deleted it because Brazil came back and won today. I was all prepared because I like to make references to the Michael Keaton movie Gung Ho. I mentioned to you beforehand.
Yeah, you did.
You know, there was this thing in numerous times in the movie called Ribbons of Shame.
Mm-hmm.
And the one guy who's learning to be an executive for the car company, he would get shamed and he'd be having ribbons, he'd be screaming and doing whatever. And, you know, so what I was going to do was Brazil loses to Japan, walks off field with ribbons of shame.
I would like it.
But it was more of a sash more than a ribbon, but it still worked for me. But and then we had the major upset this afternoon. Paraguay, who got their asses handed to them by the United States in the first game. They made it through as the third team in the U.S. group. They beat Germany in penalty kicks. And Germany was not good on penalty kicks today. They lost 4-3. They went 6 rounds. Germany was down 2 at one point. They got it to 3-2. Paraguay missed wide. I mean, he went full-fledged hook.
Okay.
He went with the low duck hook. I mean, it looked like something I did off of the 8th tee. Then Germany scored again, made it 3-3. Paraguay just got to get on net. And I'm thinking, all right, well, if you put a little bit of air under it, but not too much, that it doesn't go over the bar, you're going to score that goal because he's going to go diving to one side or the other. He's going to cover the bottom end. He goes low. The goalie picks the right side. Saved, and they go to extra kicks. And then the next German guy comes up. He ends up doing his Jake Elliott impression, high and wide left.
Oh, no.
And then Paraguay scored in the upper right-hand corner for the win. So it's not Germany that's come to Philadelphia. It's Paraguay.
All right. There's no chance.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, right, and that will be the winner of France and Sweden. Now, I wish it was Sweden against Denmark, and Sweden was the designated home team, because in baseball and all the other U.S. sports, it's road team, home team.
Right.
In soccer, it's home team, road team. So if Sweden plays Denmark in Sweden, or they're the designated home team, it will say SWE for Sweden, DEN for Denmark, or the scorebook will say Sweden.
That's funny.
Now, the letters that are not used in Sweden and Denmark spell Denmark. And the Phillies lose 11-7. So, where's my remote? There's that one. There's that one. Fuck off my TV.
Good.
So from there, we're going to go here. Because I'm here. I'm here. And then, and then, I'm going to turn the TV off in the living room. Like that. All right. So, actually, they already had the ribbon cutting ceremony for the new Buffalo Bills stadium.
Did they?
Mm-hmm. There is one former Buffalo Bill who will not be honored in that arena, in or around that stadium.
I wonder who that is.
Mito. OJ. What up, Twitter peeps? But he is not going to be honored by the Bills among the other Buffalo Bills legends. Bills president of business operation Pete Giuli said in a statement, "We have made an organizational decision that he is not a fit to display inside our new stadium and family circle."
Wow.
Thoughts?
It's like the Pete Rose thing. But times 10.
Well, I think it's much worse because, I think if we took a poll of however many people, did OJ do it? I guarantee you we would get at least 95% yes.
Oh, yeah.
Even if we had even if we tried to make it as racially equal as possible and stuff like that. But, did he do it? Yeah. But, I mean, this isn't a case like, I'll even throw Trevor Bauer into this. Did something happen in those couple of cases with those women? Probably. But were the women extorting him? Yeah. But, it's consensual. Then, a couple of days later, it wasn't consensual. Now I got this bruise on my neck and, my butt hurts or, things like that. But, and like I always say, don't put yourself in that position.
That's true.
But the weird case with this is he was found not guilty of criminal charges, but he was found liable in the case.
Yep.
But once you try the case and he ends up being found not guilty, you can't do anything with that case anymore. Because of double jeopardy and all that other stuff.
But he tarnished his reputation. That's probably why he got it.
Yeah.
So everything he did on the field, it doesn't mean anything.
And it's a totally different era, totally different era now compared to 20, 30, 40 years ago, because we kind of knew that things were happening with him, but but for the most part, it just seemed like, oh, we'll just turn the other way here. But I mean, now even if you're rumored to do something that's domestic violence related, the sports teams take you off the field right away. It doesn't matter what sport it is.
That's true.
But I mean, I agree with this. I mean, the Bills will be honoring legends in the team's family circle. That's the key, family circle here, because it isn't just the team itself.
Right.
Outside the new stadium. It's an area that will display history about the team in Western New York. Others who were on the team's Hall of Fame will be honored in the area, with Simpson likely the only one who was not. Yeah, because he was probably the only one that did something like he did. Okay, get yourself out of the net. But so now this area of the stadium is going to be encouraging gathering year-round and will feature the team's 3 bison statues. As recently as the spring, the team had been debating whether to include Simpson in the area or not.
Somebody did it right thing.
Yeah.
They did it right.
I mean, I don't know how you. I mean, is it like totally ignore everything that happened on the field? Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You can't. Because if I'm not mistaken, don't a lot of sports contracts have something called a morals clause?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
But that's something that's more recent, But I'm sure there were cases like that in earlier contracts, but it's even more so now.
You can't kill your wife and a friend and say, okay, but I won the Russian title. No.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't count.
Yeah. But no score in this game, I believe.
No.
Now, the Netherlands, their flag is red, white, and blue. And we'll get back to OJ. OJ ain't going anywhere. He's dead. Do you know why they wear orange and not red, white, or blue?
Why?
It's honoring their monarchy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Now, I think it's the Netherlands.
You did say nothing.
I also think that I think they're also the only country in Europe that. So.
Oh, okay.
So if that's the case, why don't they just have like marijuana green or whatever?
Well, yeah, that would do it.
But yeah, so that's why they wear orange. Also, now Simpson was on the old stadium. Was displayed on the Wall of Fame that was created in 1980. He was the first member inducted. It remained up over years of this despite public debate whether it should remain up in the stadium. So this is something that's been debated for a long time.
I think they made the right decision.
Yeah. And we all know that he was a person of interest. He was charged, but he was acquitted, but was later found liable in a civil court case. And but he still remains in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Bill said, but not here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, But I mean, now if he had killed somebody before he got into the Hall of Fame, then I think that he would have never gotten in. But then again, football is a totally different thing. The way they vote is differently. Because Kurt Schilling's never getting in because of his political beliefs, and Bonds and McGuire and Sosa are never getting in because they allegedly did drugs or did PEDs.
Well, Bonds is kind of proven because he was skinny in Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
He gets to San Fran. What the hell happened?
Yeah.
How did you get bulked up so quick?
But the one thing I say, even though, I don't have a say in the matter, I will say that he should be in because of the fact that he never tested positive, and most of those years there was no testing in Major League Baseball.
Hmm.
So, how can you go back and say, how can you punish somebody now because they couldn't do anything about it at the time?
I can see that.
Yeah. But yeah, so they had to do something, and it's hey, it's about what? Let's see, 10 o'clock. Probably about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning in Morocco.
Yeah.
That's what soccer does.
Yes, it does.
But oh yeah, when I was in Jersey a couple of weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
of course AJ calls me just as the USA scores the first goal, and when I get my cheesesteak that I got ordered.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you probably would have said, man, they skimped on the meat on this. Meanwhile, I'm thinking, oh, this is perfect portion because, with me taking Ozempic, it cuts down on your appetite. So
Right.
I was like, oh, that's perfect. So I go to the server. I was like, can I take this call outside? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Making sure because it was crowded there because the game just started. I was like, just let you know, I'm coming back for and eating. It's just that I have to take this call. So he goes, where the hell are you? I said, oh, I'm in a bar around the corner from the hotel because I want to get something to eat before I did some final work for, because I had to record also eligible.
Right.
And, yeah, so, did you see John Morant got traded today?
I heard about it. I didn't know he actually got traded.
Memphis is trading him to Portland for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray.
Who that? No more John Memphis.
So Memphis has now traded all three of their former franchise cornerstones for Rant, Desmond Bain, and Jaren Jackson Jr. since being swept by OKC in the first round of the 2025 playoffs.
Well, we know what they're going to be in the next couple of years.
Cameron Boozer, the number 3 pick in the draft, is the new cornerstone. And they'll be in the lottery for the next couple of years.
Very well. Oh, by the way, I don't know if this is what you're looking for.
No, that's that other TV.
Okay.
This was the TV I was. Just like, and of course everything is black. So when I see one remote, they all blend with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I have an update here on the World Cup for you in a second. A little different because we have that 4th of July game here in Philly. So this is the remote for the TV on the floor.
Right.
Samsung. Here's for.
Oh. Okay.
And then that's for the Fire Stick. That's
Gotcha.
hooked up that. So.
Oh, yeah, they all look the same.
Yeah. So everything I have has a black remote except for. Do you know what this is for?
What's that for? Oh yeah, definitely use that.
And thankfully, I have it set up in such a way that it is an energy save, allegedly.
So it'll go off after a while.
Where it'll turn off if it's getting a little too cold in here.
Okay.
But that won't be the case the next couple of days.
No.
I'll probably be bumping it up to 79. Because I don't know why, but I gotta have it on an odd number.
I don't know why either.
It's because I'm odd. But
I should have guessed that.
Yeah. So also Golden State Warriors are planning a pursuit of LeBron James in free agency and Anthony Davis via trade this week, according to Sham Charania.
Is Draymond? I heard Draymond declined his option.
Yep.
Does that mean he's going to resign or he's going to be a free agent?
Team sources indicate that Green would turn down the one-year financial guarantee, and the Warriors would work with him on a new contract, lowering his salary for next season.
Gotcha.
Only if it freed up the immediate flexibility for Golden State to secure a significant roster upgrade.
Gotcha. Okay.
But here's the thing: LeBron is 41.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does this mean that Bronny has to be part of this deal?
I hope not.
Now, if LeBron goes to Golden State, does this mean that Bronny is cut from the Lakers because this was do something for daddy move?
Possible. But it also means too, if LeBron goes to the Warriors, it's still going to be Steph Senior. He's not going to be the man.
Well, I don't think this was his team last year anyway.
Nope.
It was Luka's team. Even though Luka, he does tend to get fat and lazy as well. But Golden State has been trying to get LeBron actually for years. They would call the Lakers just a courtesy call. Hey, is LeBron up for trade? No. Okay, bye. Something like that. But so I think LeBron wants a lot more than the mid-level exemption here. So the Warriors now have the flexibility to offer James the full $15.1 million non-taxpayer mid-level exemption, regardless of any trade pursuit of Anthony Davis with the Wizards. League sources believe that any Davis hunt in the coming days is an extra motivational tactic to lure James. Davis and LeBron won a title in LA in a bubble, and they've remained close friends. So to acquire Davis, they would most likely have to include Jimmy Butler in the trade. He's making an expiring $56.8 million next year. Davis is making $58.4 and has a $62.7 million option for the following season. So
he also has a penchant for getting injured and not staying healthy.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't make the trade. But
exactly.
But if that's what you got to do to get LeBron to come north, that is something.
You would pull the trigger?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I didn't want LeBron here 5 years ago when it was a free agent. The rumor was it was going to be either Philly or LA.
Right.
Stay in LA. Go to LA. We don't want you here.
Nope.
I mean, could he have brought a title here? Yeah, sure. But we don't want the Greg Louganis of the NBA in the league here. But that's just me.
I agree with you.
The news that I had here, and this is from my buddy Rob Oella, who I went to high school with. Tickets for the July 4th Philly game. Before the Germany loss, the tickets were $3,200. After the Germany loss, tickets are only $1,000.
Oh, dang.
So there was some major crash in prices as a result of that.
Right.
Now, the thing is, you don't have a situation where like Iraq or Iran or Panama ends up going here, and the next thing you know, you get two teams where you're basically saying,
who the fuck is that guy?
Right.
But we still have France with Mbappe and Norway, or no, who does France play again? Sweden? I don't even know, people. Forgive me. Schedule. France plays Sweden tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
At MetLife. Ivory Coast plays Norway. Did you see some of the things that Norway was doing?
No.
Their fan base?
What's that?
They like to do the rowing thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There was one video, and I wish I shared it or saved it or whatever. They actually were going up an escalator.
I saw that one. I saw that one.
I'm like, oh my God.
Soccer fans.
So I saw that. I was laughing.
That was funny.
But did I tell you when I was coming home from Monmouth Park on Sunday, from Rahway, I didn't notice them on the New Jersey transit portion of the train ride, but on the Philly portion of the train ride, there was a lot of people from Ecuador in my train car.
Really?
I mean, you could tell because they were all wearing the Ecuador colors, you know.
Right.
I mean, now granted, it wasn't like Mets fans that that make all the noise. They were very respectful of everything and probably wonder where the fuck we going, and why are we up in North Jersey or
What are we doing here?
or kind of like the Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire. Their base was in Wilmington, Delaware.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine them doing the Wayne's World thing. Hi, I'm in Delaware.
Soccer fans are passionate.
Mm-hmm. But they're not passionate about Delaware.
No, oh no. Who is?
Well, except for tax-free shopping.
That's the only thing.
Yeah. That's the only reason why we moved to Delaware, so I can have tax-free shopping.
Yep.
But, yeah, so no score. Got a fairly, what looks like a new stadium. And no, my luck, I pull it up and be like, oh, this stadium was built in 1943. But, yeah, so we're kind of watching soccer. We're kind of not. And I am not doing the goal thing tonight.
Okay.
Now, just to let you guys know, we did do it last Thursday. And let me find it. And this is why, for one, you want to be following me or subscribing on my Twitch page, twitch.tv/JoeQuills. If I can find it here. Shit. Now the thing is, you can clip anything on here. I give you permission.
Okay. Click. Thank you.
And some people have taken advantage of it. So I had to go back after the show last week. And, all right, I got to pull it up on YouTube. Okay. Go to my YouTube. Oh, remember I was saying about Tommy Fan snapping at a fan?
Yeah.
Here you go. It came up because I searched Tommy Fan, but I couldn't find what I was looking for. But unlike you two, I found what I'm looking for, even though it wasn't exactly what I was looking for now.
Right.
So hopefully this.
No, I did not.
Straight up. You ain't gonna be disrespectful like that.
I got witnesses.
You disrespectful.
Piece of shit. I'm not a piece of shit.
Go strike out. Go strike out. Go strike
It's
out.
always funny. We always got a white man. A white man feel like he can disrespect
Now it's
you
race.
some kind of way.
Now it's
no, because
race.
you know what? A black man or a Latin don't do that shit.
Don't bring up race. That's exactly what you were doing.
He called me a piece.
I don't even know where that was at. Was that in San Diego?
He got a away jersey on. It could have been in San Diego. Well, he was playing for the
He was with Arizona at the time.
Yeah.
Because he's done that a few times. And, he's going off about this and that. So that's why I don't want him on this team.
I got you.
So that was that. My channel. Here it is. And I am not doing this again, so thankfully US play Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I won't even be home for it. Shit. So this was me last Thursday night, and this is why you have to subscribe, follow, whatever, even if you're watching this after the fact at twitch.tv/JoeQuills, because you never know when you're going to get something like this. The U.S. has scored. Goal! I'm not going to go anymore.
That's funny. That's funny.
So, yeah, so and like I said, I'm not going to do that again because I don't like it. But yeah, so, and that's Andres Cantor that does that. So, I have that up already. What am I doing? So yeah, so I probably could have gone another 10, 15 seconds longer, but my throat started to.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. Because it's all about trying to breathe a little bit, get a little bit of oxygen, even if it's just a little bit while you're doing that. But, the throat started doing whatever. So I was like, I can't do it anymore.
It was effective though.
Yeah.
It made me laugh.
Yeah. And that's why if you come on over to twitch.tv/JoeQuills, you can follow me, you can subscribe. I am an affiliate on Twitch now.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
A couple of weeks ago, yeah.
Very nice.
So I can make some money off of this thing.
Congrats.
Now, should you use your Prime sub or your regular sub on me? Yeah, why not? It's your money. Why not waste it? But I will tell you that can help me out a little bit, because I apologize for yawning. I did have a coffee beforehand. I will say this. I will be playing out of park baseball soon. Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do base game Philly stuff at first, gaming on my own.
Okay.
But once I get everything set up, we're going to be doing the new baseball world order. Because I was thinking about doing it 2027. I'm thinking about starting with 2028, where we lose a season of baseball and somebody comes along and says, well, screw MLB. We're going to create our own little world. And we're going to have promotion and relegation. We're going to have this, we're going to have that. And next thing you know, we have this 5 or 6 tier system.
Okay.
So I was setting it up for 2027, but it may be more effective to do 28 because it'd be a year without baseball. And we can blame the owners.
We could.
But the thing is, and I said this a few times because I said this with like the times that even after you left Verizon, how it all depends who's in office and what their what their union beliefs are, union busting beliefs, depending on where they are on what side of the fence they're on.
Right.
Whereas Donald Trump is a union buster,
Yeah.
and we're not going to get into politics, people. So
No.
we're not, because they'll bust the union. The Democratic side, they'll, for the most part, protect unions. So, like, for example, the last time we were on strike, whenever that was, it was before the pandemic, I know that. 2015, 2016, something like that. We had, actually, I think it was like 14 or 15. We had Barack Obama in office. He made sure a federal mediator was involved. Trump will be the federal mediator. Get the fuck back to work or lose your job. Because we know that's what's going to happen if he's still alive. But I don't think, and that's why, even if I was still with Verizon, even though there was an agreement, they did extend the contract. I wouldn't want to be there in August if there was no deal, because I'm sure they would say, well, you either got to go back to work or you don't have a job. That's, we've seen all the different ways that he's bankrupted businesses and shit like that, but we're not going to get into politics. So I'm just stating facts of how one side usually is pro-union, the other is not. But you do occasionally get the Republicans who support labor.
Yeah, some.
So it isn't all Republicans are anti-union. Not all Democrats are pro-union. You do get exceptions to the rule every once in a while, just like anything else in life.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So. Now there's another thing where you wonder, is don't you know who I am? Now you said this last night. You said this about last night. I was thinking the same thing when I was in the bedroom. And I put the TV on because, I also had to put the TV on because, did it rain at your house last night?
No.
Well, it poured here.
Yeah, okay.
About 1.5 inches, 2 inches of rain.
Wow.
So, and I'm sitting here, and I was setting one last thing up before I went to do what I had to do, and next thing I know, thunder, lightning, rain. I'm like, damn. And I pull up the phone right before it started raining. I'm like, let me look at the radar. Yep, we're about to get it. I'm not going to the store tonight. But, because I only need a couple of things from the store, but, that's the way I shop.
Right.
Because, I have enough food to survive a couple of weeks. I always plan that out, but, just the little things here and there, and then get the big things another time. And, but there was a rain delay in the golf tournament. And I guess because it was Scotty Scheffler fighting for the lead, NBC did not hear the Yankees and the Red Sox, not the Rocks, the Red Sox.
No, not the Rocks.
Saying, don't you know who I am? Don't you know who we are? Well, Yankees, you have to win a world title more than once every 20 years. Because we're now going on the 17th season without a title. Best 16, 17 years of my life. Next to the Dallas Cowboys not winning for 30.
Definitely did see that.
But, so, it's rare that a Yankees-Red Sox game gets preempted. especially on network television. Now, also, did you know that Yankees and Red Sox were on ABC Saturday?
Yes, I watched
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I saw that because Out of the Park Baseball has this team called Perfect Team Live,
Mm-hmm.
where the cards that you build, they help you get points for like buying cards and shit. So as I'm doing it Friday night, or actually I was doing it Saturday morning, I'm like, do I have time to take a nap or anything? First game 1 o'clock, and ABC. I didn't watch it because World Cup was on and
Right.
whatever. Oh, and I was also watching Churchill Downs, and Churchill Downs got delayed, and AJ got caught in it
Okay.
because AJ took a last minute trip down there, and I almost thought about it, but here when I was doing the search on American Airlines,
Yeah.
dumbass me picked the wrong airport for Louisville. Because when you put LOU,
Right.
you get 2 airports. And I hit the wrong one.
Okay.
So, I mean, I wasn't going to go, but, you know. I just wanted to see what the flights are, and is there a direct flight back and forth and things like that.
Right.
But, even, and when I was watching the feed from Churchill Downs, they said, normally we would just run an hour behind,
Mm-hmm.
but because the Stephen Foster, which my horse finished second yet again. Who was the horse that won, damn it? The fuck was this? The name's escaping me, I do. It's sad that I gotta pull this up.
Yeah.
Magnitude.
Okay.
So the four big horses in the race did finish 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sovereignty didn't look that great. Baeza once again got a horrific start. And I said, joking around to AJ even today on the phone, when I went from Five Below on Cotman Avenue to Acme,
Mm-hmm.
because I got a 10-foot cord, because I also got a new surge protector.
Okay.
It's got 22 ports in it,
Oh, cool.
22 plugs.
Right.
I don't need all 22, but
Yeah.
it's got a 6.5-foot cord too, so I can get it behind the bed and all that stuff. But I said to AJ, man, he looked like the town in that race, just so slow getting out of the gate, because that was a problem that the town had, where he would just get a very slow start. But the town is no longer in the Q&A racing stable, because no, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. He's not because he got claimed.
Okay.
He got claimed last time out, a week ago. I mean, we covered it last Tuesday, but typical town stuff. He was a little bit closer to the pace. Jose Ortiz gave a perfect ride. He kind of got him out of the gate fast for the town's typical starts.
Okay.
But he was still like middle of the pack. He looked like he was boxed in, and then he got an opening along the rail, got the tip out a little bit, did his typical close, and got up and won by like that much.
Wow.
So, and as soon as I saw last week that he was entered for a claiming tag, I'm like, I didn't even, I was like, he's not getting out of this race unclaimed, and he got claimed by some guy that I basically say,
Who the fuck is that guy?
because I don't know who the trainer is,
Gotcha.
but he's a trainer that trains mostly at Churchill Downs and Oaklawn. Now, one thing I said to AJ was I would have rather seen him run an allowance race on the dirt
Mm-hmm.
than putting him for a cleaning tag on the turf.
Okay.
Because I think he can run on both surfaces. But and I also said today, you could easily, if you were able to get him through the summer in Kentucky and wherever you would have gone if he wasn't claimed, you bring him back down to Florida because he's a Florida bred, and you can make some extra money through the breeding program. Kind of like you can do that with the Pennsylvania bred here at Parks and Penn National and whatever. But this isn't about horse racing. But NBC had to get out by 6:30, so they had to rush a couple of those races to keep them on time. But in this case, I guess because it's Scotty Scheffler, don't you know who he is? Because he tried to do that with the police in Louisville a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So there was a rain delay in the Travelers Championship in Cromwell, Connecticut. I should have asked SJ if she was okay. Because she's, she might get swept away with all the rains. Oh, does it? So an NBC spokesperson said when this rain delay happened, the decision was made in consultation with the PGA Tour and Major League Baseball to stick with coverage of the golf tournament once it resumed at 7:20 p.m. until it finished or was suspended due to darkness. And mind you, since it's Cromwell, Connecticut, here in Philly, the sun sets at 8:33.
Yeah.
Or right around there.
So yeah.
I mean, well, that's what my phone says, 8:33.
Okay.
But, probably about 8:20 or so, 8:25, you get about 15, 20 minutes of twilight before you can't see shit. And golf is not a sport that you normally play under the lights.
That's true.
So they finished the 18th hole, and it's like, we're going to continue tomorrow. Yeah, because you wouldn't even be able to start a hole by the time you fill out the card and do all that and confirm all the information is right, because if the information is not right, you get an incorrect card, you're disqualified.
Right.
But it was a very quick tiebreaker this morning because Victor Hovland won the first hole of sudden death. But
So now we know who Scheffler is.
but
Loser.
well, he still made a shit ton of money for finishing second.
That's true.
So Scheffler made an 8-foot par putt on the 18th hole to force a sudden death playoff against Victor Hovland this morning. Tournament officials determined there was not enough daylight to start the playoff.
Oh wow.
Because you couldn't even, I doubt you could have even gotten through the first hole. Now, I don't know what hole they played today is the first hole of the playoff.
Right.
Because, they have the routine. Some people say, well, we're going to start and we're going to do 18 again. Or we're going to start at 16 and 18. Or we're going to, whatever their format is,
Mm-hmm.
you also got to take into account, you got to sign your card, verify your card, make sure everything's correct and all that. You got to do all that stuff. That takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Then by the time you're getting out onto the course, it's like, wait a second, it's nightfall. We can't play this.
Right.
Well, the only place you could play it is that Tiger Woods thing, that virtual golf course that he has in Florida.
You could, yeah.
I think it's West Palm Beach. But, you could, aside from there, you really can't do anything. But so I had to play it this morning. So, but it wasn't like and here's the difference between today versus the last time a Yankees-Red Sox game played on NBC, which was September 8, 1995. You also had the cock available to everybody. I'm sorry, Peacock. So the game also streamed on Peacock. So, you could So NBC picked up the coverage 28 minutes after they said, all right, we're not going to play anymore tonight because it's dark. In the bottom of the fourth inning, the Red Sox were winning 2-0. Sonny Gray had a no-hitter going. Aroldis Chapman tried to blow the lead, and he did. Then the Yankees took the lead in extra innings, and the Red Sox, as bad as they've been this year, swept the Yankees.
Wow.
But so the final round was stopped for nearly 90 minutes. And I guess they stopped around 5:30 or so.
Mhm.
I don't know. I wasn't watching. I was doing other things. But so during that delay, they aired the conclusion of the KPMG Women's PGA Championship during the delay. Now, that final round was a major in Chaska, Minnesota. They were delayed 3.5 hours due to rain. I think what they were doing is they were going to have like a day of golf where the beginning of the day was the women till like 3 or 4 o'clock, and then the men were playing 4 to 7 or 3 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
So they showed the end of that tournament. Then they went back to the men's tournament. So when I went to Channel 10 or NBC, since, I'd be like, what the fuck is Channel 10? But, you look, and the next thing you know, they're doing whatever,
Yeah, it was.
So, but that's the thing. That's the thing now with streaming and everything else, with the technology that we have. It's a great thing. It's a bad thing because you're never far away from watching something online.
That's true.
Now, next Sunday, there's an interesting thing that came up that I saw, and I know I did not save it, so let me see. Let me see if I did save it. I don't think I did. I don't want Meta AI. No. And we're at the point of the show where we're just bullshitting around here. I don't even remember now. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, Peacock.
Peacock.
Next Sunday, every single game will be available on the Cock.
Wow.
Now, whether they show the Phillies game or not, I don't know, because that game is actually going to be locally televised here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just see here. No, I didn't save it. Okay. But, it is what it is. Every game will be on Peacock. The Braves will be at by the way.
Oh, wow. You got a score?
And we had somebody there. So, and no, I'm not doing the goal thing, okay? Shit. I did that last week. Maybe I make it into a sound drop. I don't know.
You could do that.
Either he's really emotionally and scored a goal, or he got fucked up.
It's the first
I got
one.
CTE.
Wow.
But so
Oh yeah, there you go.
land on his head there. Oh no, they cut the thing off. So, but they did end up showing the game on Peacock. Then 20 years ago, it would have been like, oh well, you're on your own. We'll eventually get to, or they'll go double screen like we double screen here on Monday nights. But we're not going to show. We're not going to show one or the other because we only have one NBC channel. Now we have Peacock, NBC Sportsnet, and all that. Now, I did see this as well. Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, before I get to that, because...
You must be reading my mind.
First of all, the reason why we will be here, I will be here on Thursday night. I am rescheduling myself for Thursday, is because the content grab that I was going to do on Thursday at Parks has been canceled. And that is because it's going to be 102 degrees with a heat index of about 115. So that's why we are not doing a show, or I am doing a show again on Thursday. So, and we got Quills Picks Winners, which is every day. And I got a bad read on a horse. The horse had a shit start from the gate, and I'm not even watching the rest of this video. And also eligible will be live on Saturday. It is the 4th of July. So hopefully on Friday night, you don't load yourself up too much with baked beans and whatever. Because save that for Saturday night for the indoor fireworks show. Because, farts are funny, as you know from the beginning of the show tonight.
That's true.
And we'll be looking at Saratoga, the beginning of the summer season, 46 days. And hopefully they'll be running on Saturday, because if not, I'll have to figure something out.
Hope so.
I mean, it does, and, looking right now for Saturday for you guys, let me go back to the weather app here. By the way, it's 75 here in Philadelphia right now. We're expected to have rain on Sunday, about 1.1 inches. It's going to be 101 on Thursday, 102 on Friday, 98 on Saturday, 93 on Sunday, and then back into the 80s on Monday.
Happy July. Hello, July. How are you?
So we have an extreme heat watch in Philadelphia. People in Vegas are saying pussies.
Yeah, because this time in Vegas, this time of year.
But it's a dry heat.
Yeah.
Well, it only got to 92 there today.
Balmy.
Saratoga Springs, Friday 94, Saturday 89 with rain. And I think that's a type of rain. They're saying thunderstorms, but who knows that'll be. So it looks like It looks like Saratoga is on for Saturday and for Friday. Friday's opening day.
Mhm.
So hopefully we get everything going there on Saturday. And, you know, if AJ's live, he's live. If not, he's not. So, and, you know, I mean, if I was more prepared, I could show you like some of the videos that we had that he took. So he got some videos and we got some hits. I mean, he said, he sent this to me last night, and I wasn't texting him back because I didn't see it right away. For today, he couldn't isolate Saturday's numbers, but we picked up 1,500 followers on the Q&A page, Q&A racing page. I'll have to send you the link tonight.
Yes.
Or invite you, one or the other. And have around 750,000 views over the weekend with a ton of interactions. He said, it says here in the analytics on the picture, 985 net followers, 4,236 interactions, and 434,472 views.
That's content.
So he said, you know, if I could do the Donald Trump thing, these numbers are huge. I mean, if I could do it, you know, I have to watch it a million times and still not get it right. We had a good weekend. The videos and tracks are big for eyeballs, and you know, and that's part of the reason why I was going to do the parks thing on Thursday, because you know, you get goofy shit like that. You know, it's like, hey, look at this. We got zebras running. We got this. We got that. You know, we got this fat guy puking in the third row. Yeah.
Right.
You know, little things like that. So, but you know, and Wednesday night is at 8 o'clock. So I am going to miss that game. Unless we decide not to go because it's going to be near 100 on Wednesday. In Philly, it's going to be 95.
On Wednesday?
Yep. So if we don't go, we don't go. I mean, they'll still play.
Right.
And I do have to correct myself because there's this tribute band called the Idol Kings,
Mm-hmm.
and when we were walking away, and by the way, first show of the season, I won a $25 gift card.
Oh, nice.
For Patty Wax.
Okay.
I just haven't seen the girl the next time, so I could see if I can double down on it. Because they don't say you can't, but I already told Jerry, you know, that one I'm using on him, but
Okay.
but you know, he was going to the bathroom, and you know, when you go out towards Academy Road to get into the parking lot, sidewalk, whatever, we're going to the parking lot. When you walk towards where you meet the driveway, bathroom's over on the right-hand side.
Okay.
So I'm saying, why are they saying REO Speedwagon and Journey? I thought Idol Kings was David Bowie. I look on the website the next day. It's REO Speedwagon and Journey.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't know who I'm confusing with, because there was a David Bowie band that came every year
Mm-hmm.
for the last few years. It's just that there isn't one this year.
Hmm.
So I don't know who the guy was, but you know, but hopefully, but I think we have had them a couple of times before in the past, so we know that they're going to be good with REO Speedwagon for one set and Journey on another.
Okay.
You know, just don't stop believing that they're going to suck. But, Nah, or don't stop believing that they won't suck,
If they won't, gotcha.
or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say.
Don't stop believing.
But you got to roll with the changes. That's an Oreo Speedway. That's all.
I didn't know that.
You did or you didn't?
I didn't.
Okay. So I come up with these things. It's like just like you just now. But yeah, I couldn't figure out why are they saying that. Oh, that's because I'm confusing it with somebody else. But I don't know. But we have about 10 minutes left in the game. Do we really want to? Do we really want to sit here and watch the end of the game on here? Do we want to watch it off air?
That's a good question. Let's watch off of there.
Okay. Yeah. So just a reminder, I'll be live tomorrow, and it's also game number 2 of the Poop series. Unfortunately, the Pirates won tonight, so the Phillies did not clinch the title this year. Also eligible tomorrow and Thursday at 9 p.m. Thursday is back on because of the heat problems that we're going to have here. And also Wednesday, first post at 10:40 a.m. Now the question is, do I get up early to get some content?
That is
Because I have free reign. I have free reign to do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Delaware Park was running a regular afternoon card, I would go down there.
Right.
Because I told you that it was going from Parks to Penn National to Delaware Park.
Right.
Get some of those ostriches and zebras racing, why not? Get some views to the Q&A racing page on Facebook, and even YouTube.
Right.
Well, that's under Q&A Sports Zone, which we're not streaming to right now. AJ said, until further notice, I got to do some things with them. Okay, whatever. I mean, if I mess up, it's because I just screwed up. That's all. But just in general, I don't know. Those uniforms don't look orange to me. They look more red.
They do look more red.
They're like a deeper red this year. Let's hope Morocco would score there. Just so that before we close out, I can go the rock on everybody. Can you smell what Morocco is cooking? But,
Got it. Okay.
So that is going to be it for this show. And, also eligible Saturday morning at 10 a.m. I almost said 8 a.m. like I'm going down to Delaware Park at 10. Screw that. No, the Delaware Park thing, not the also eligible thing. We want you here for that because maybe I can give you guys a winner after having three runner-up finishes. Close Picks winners is every day on QandARacing.com. I have some extra time to do that tonight because it's Tuesday, which means we go to Canada,
Yeah.
Take off you Holser, as we will go to Assiniboia Downs on Canada Day Eve. And we'll take off to there and hopefully get a winner in whatever else Canada-wise. Oh, I can't do. Maybe some Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Maybe a little hockey action,
Maybe,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's it for now. You can tell we're off the rails even more so than normal. Mike, thank you for coming up here tonight.
Of course.
And I will see you guys tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. What I'll be talking about, I have no clue. But, by the way, that's back up there. That Super Bowl champions thing. It fell off a couple of weeks ago. And I remembered tonight, oh, shit. So, I had to restream on, stuck it up.
There you
There
go.
we go. All right, so let me get out here before we start watching. And next thing you know, we're sidecasting extra time here. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And hope everybody's a great night.